Netflix is killing it with the perfect rom-com. The next title slated for release has already caused quite a buzz online. You won't believe which of its stars faced online backlash when they came out. Stick around until the end to see the tweet that got them into hot water. If you want to stay up to date on Netflix releases and so much more, hit that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up. Now let's find out the 10 things about Sierra Burgess Is A Loser Netflix is trying to hide from you.
Sierra Burgess is.
The story isn't new. The plot of Sierra Burgess Is A Loser is pretty straightforward. The main character, Sierra, is a total outcast. She's bullied by the popular kids for being plus size and brainy. Sierra gets a random text from a guy and begins flirting. She's thrilled to find out the mystery man is the most popular jock in school. He thinks Sierra is her arch nemesis, cheerleader Veronica. Sierra doesn't reveal who she really is, and Jamey develops a major crush. Sound familiar? That's probably because the story has been told many times before. The movie is based on the 19th century play, Cyrano de Bergerac. That's not the only place you may have heard this plot. There's also The Truth About Cats and Dogs, too, as well as Roxanne. Both of those classic rom-coms feature characters who masquerade as someone else to win their love. There are countless other tales of love and mistaken identity. It's a popular and relatable fantasy. Who hasn't wanted the chance to tell their crush how they feel anonymously, or get to know them without any real risk? This version has plenty of new twists. It's set in a modern high school. The lead character is the girl, and we're pretty sure they didn't have cell phones in 1897. These modern adaptations give it a unique spin, but the story is hundreds of years old. Harmful stereotypes. Fans have been buzzing with excitement since the trailer was released. Some can't wait to see Shannon, others are there for Noah. While the buzz has been mostly positive, some wonder if the film will miss the mark. The movie is meant to be a feel-good comedy about catfishing and love. It touches on some hot-button issues like bullying, body positivity, and beauty standards.
You are a magnificent beast.
For a funny movie, these are some serious topics. The takeaway is supposed to be that you're great just the way you are. It could send the opposite message if it's not handled carefully. In the movies, finding popularity often comes at the price of your personality. It would be a bummer to spend the whole film rooting for Sierra, just to see her turn into someone else. Fans are hoping Sierra will prove that the world would accept you the way you are. If Sierra changes herself to fit in, the meaning is lost. The tagline for this film about pretending to be someone else says it all. Just be you. We'll have to wait until fall to see if Sierra remains her quirky self. One for the boys. Noah Centineo is such a sweetheart. In interviews, he's always so genuine and open with his feelings. It might be easy to assume Sierra Burgess Is A Loser is just a chick flick, but fans are in for a surprise. In a recent interview with Build, Noah said the film has a lot of great messages for guys too. Noah wants fans to be unafraid to fall in love for the first time. Jamey had the guts to text Veronica. He didn't know he got the wrong girl, but he took that first step with no fear. Noah wants fans to learn that they can love again after heartbreak. Breakups can feel like the end of the world, but Noah hopes he can help fans move on. What a cutie. Noah certainly seems to know a thing or two about romance. We're loving this pure sweetness. Noah said that the film is meant to show guys that society can't tell them what they want. Seeing a young heartthrob tell young men to love without fear is heart-melting. Hearing him encourage young men to determine their own beauty standard and ditch what society tries to sell is pretty great too. This film seems to be brimming with positive messages and wholesome themes. Who knew a movie about catfishing could be so uplifting? You'll have to wait until the September release to find out what Jamey decides his definition of beauty is. Questionable cousin. There are a lot of differences between this film and its inspiration. The most obvious is that this time the main character is a girl.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
Cyrano's big nose has been replaced with modern body issues. One of the biggest changes is how Sierra knows her crush. In the Netflix rom-com, Sierra meets Jamey at school. There's nothing questionable about one teenager noticing another is kinda cute. The original play, however, wasn't so innocent. In the 1897 play, the object of Cyrano's infection is his distant cousin. Times were slightly different then. It wasn't uncommon for distant cousins to marry to keep wealth and property within a family. Sierra didn't live in 1897, and she certainly isn't going to be married off to save the family farm. To adapt the story for a modern audience with modern morals, this just would not work. Even distant cousins are still taboo crushes now. It's much easier for people to travel to get in touch these days, so he cast much broader nets. The play is over 120 years old. The rules of dating are nearly indistinguishable now. Flowers are for formal occasions, relationships can last years before anyone pops the question, and no one dates their cousin. To an audience in 1897, a couple being distantly related would be a nothing. Shannon Purser is actually gorgeous. It seems like every other teen movie has a huge makeover scene. Movies like The Princess Diaries and She's All That seem to tell us that every misfit is a new haircut and wardrobe away from popularity. Hollywood has long been criticized for putting so much emphasis on a very narrow definition of beauty. Even when a character is described as ugly, a glamorous actor is cast and dressed down. After all, American Ferrera is stunning in and out of her role on Ugly Betty. Putting glasses on an old wig on a beautiful actor is an outdated trope. In the trailer, we don't see a lot of conscious efforts to make Sierra intentionally unattractive. That choice is really refreshing. It shifts the blame for why her character is an outcast off of her and onto her judgmental peers.
I meant looking at you makes me want to gouge my eyes out.
Sierra is presented as natural and quirky. Her classmates reject her for being plus-size, bookish, and not fitting their idea of prettiness. The film chooses to focus on the cruelty and unfairness of those standards rather than trying to sell us an ugly lead. That's a wise choice, as actress Shannon Purser is absolutely adorable. It's hard to imagine her being picked on until you remember our culture's obsession with size. The strawberry blonde, freckled actor was born in Georgia. Ironically, she has a cute peaches and cream complexion to honor her home state. Casting Purser was a genius move, as she perfectly demonstrates that not all beauties fit the mold. Embarrassing leak. Fans may recognize Noah Centineo from his work in To All the Boys I've Loved Before. This Florida native has taken the acting world by storm and shot to stardom. Almost overnight, his Instagram followers hit 6 digits. Very shortly after Noah's career took off, he experienced a major online embarrassment. It seems the heartthrob is a bit of a bad boy. Photos surfaced online of the actor that were a little scandalous. He appeared to have too much to drink and was shockingly missing his clothes. Many found the photos to be risque, but an example of harmless fun gone too far. Others were happy to see a new side of the romantic idol. In a recent BuzzFeed video, Noah described himself as a sentimental sweetheart, and fans ate it up. The leaked photos shook that image, but many seem amused. If the images weren't enough of a scandal, there was also an embarrassing video. In the 2-minute clip, Noah appears to be describing a racy scenario. It's unclear who the video was meant for, but it was plainly intended to be private. The source of these leaks is unconfirmed. While many fans were shook by the spicy side of the sweet actor, none seemed to be too offended. The content may have been embarrassing, but it was mostly harmless. Noah meant for both the photo and the video to remain private, but now there's no going back. His antics are now part of his public reputation. Surprise soundtrack appearance. Lots of people know that Shannon is a talented actress. Her character Barb on Stranger Things left our hearts totally broken. There are Barb t-shirts out there for her loyal followers. We have even gotten Barb tattoos. Those who follow Shannon on social media may know she has many talents. The actor released a video of herself belting out a Frank Ocean tune. Fans were thrilled to learn that Shannon had such an incredible singing voice. Actor Debbie Ryan commented that she was shaken and asked Shannon to song often. This was the first hint anyone had that Shannon had these pipes. Many still have no idea. Fans who catch Sierra Burgess Is A Loser are in for a treat. Not only does Shannon star in the film, but she also sings a song on the soundtrack. What her song sounds like is still a mystery, as the soundtrack will be released with the film. Since not everyone knows about Shannon's beautiful voice, we imagine the song will be a fun surprise for a lot of viewers. Shannon's song is called Sunflower. If you follow her on Instagram, you'll notice the yellow blossoms on her profile. We're willing to bet it will pop up at a big part of the movie. It's not often that a star is on the soundtrack outside of a musical. Jamey isn't a typical jock.
Are you more than just a hot jock?
Oh, you think I'm hot?
No.
Teen movies are often full of stereotypes: the popular mean girl, the brainy nerd, and of course, the meathead jocks. Every character is a cartoonish meme. There doesn't seem to be any of that in Sierra Burgess Is A Loser. When interviewed about his character, Noah said he's smart and emotionally aware. He's a deep, soulful thinker. Noah describes his character as having a more worldly perspective. He's even said he can be goofy. How many movies feature a popular football player who's smart and emotionally mature? Usually, high school footballers are portrayed as having anger problems and failing grades. This real character is a fresh change of pace. Watching the sensitive and intelligent Jamey fall for strong Sierra is sure to be a lot of fun. Noah is the perfect rom-com lead because he portrays guys as we all want to know in real life. If you were hoping for a corny film about the same old characters you've seen before, this movie isn't for you. Just in time for the back-to-school season, Burgess Is A Loser is sure to be a big hit. The phone calls weren't acting. The entire film is about Jamey mistakenly texting Sierra. We see the pair eventually move on to phone conversations. The trailer is full of lines taken from what appear to be late-night chats. These scenes are huge for the film. That's how Jamey and Sierra fall in love. In an interview with E.T., Noah revealed a production secret. Every time we see his character on the phone with Sierra, the actors were actually on a live phone call. He also said that he and Shannon shared a true connection. When asked how it was to work with her, Noah called Shannon real and present. He expressed quite a lot of admiration for his co-star. Noah said that the phone calls were genuine, not acting. Could it be that the actors got to know each other and even began to develop feelings while they filmed? It wouldn't be the first time co-stars developed a crush on each other. Noah himself has been surrounded by rumors with a previous co-star. After his breakout role in To All the Boys I've Loved Before, everyone thought he was dating his co-star, Lana Connor. Their on-screen and on-set chemistry was adorable. The two were photographed napping on set. They've had matching profile pics on Instagram. Unfortunately for hopeful shippers everywhere, Lana already has a boyfriend. Could his flirty past have repeated itself with Shannon? Twitter faux pas. Shannon is no stranger to social media. Her Instagram has over 830,000 followers. The Riverdale actress found herself accidentally offending fans when she took to Twitter to defend a certain scene. The problem was many fans saw the scene as misleading and using the LGBT community. The moment in question featured two female characters exchanging a kiss. It was used heavily in teasers and promos leading up to the premiere of the show. Many fans were upset that the full scene was two girls pretending to kiss for attention, which many saw as a missed opportunity for LGBTQ representation. Fans were hoping there was a meaningful relationship behind the smooch they saw, not just attention-seeking antics. Shannon tweeted that fans who shipped Betty and Veronica shouldn't be hateful when they found out there was no couple. Shannon didn't realize the full weight of why the scene had upset so many. Fans reached out to her to explain why the promo clips were such a big deal. Shannon heard them out and apologized. Once she understood why the issue seemed so sensitive, Shannon decided to share something with fans. In a screenshot of a note, Shannon revealed that she is a member of the LGBTQ community. She admitted that she's still working out what that means for her. She also explained that she hadn't expected to hurt anyone and realized why fans would be happy to see Betty and Veronica as a couple. We hope you enjoyed finding out what Netflix doesn't want you to know about Burgess Is A Loser. We'll see you later.